Where's my other phone?
Until he tells you you're live, mute your mic, please.
Hey guys, just want you to take a look at the scene out here right now. This is the crash site. This is day 6. It'll be a week tomorrow since that plane went down out here in the Trinity Bay. Just want to give you a quick update why we're out here today. So the NTSB within the last 10 minutes sent out a tweet, and what it's saying is that they have located the cockpit voice recorders. I'm going to pull up that tweet right now and read it to you. Voice recorder from the cargo jet that crashed in the Trinity Bay in Anahuac, Texas. CVR being transported to NTSB labs in DC and will be evaluated when it arrives. Now, just want to make a quick distinction. So this is what we're talking about out here. The cockpit does not necessarily mean the black boxes. As far as are still out there mired in the mud. We saw some images yesterday of some of the dive teams going in there and actually trying to dig their way through some of that mud piece by piece, because from what we understand, they cannot hear those black boxes pinging when they're down there. And what they have to do is they have to very carefully start extracting some of that mud and going down little by little until they might hear some of the beeping from the sonar from these black boxes. Then hopefully at some point they're going to be able to locate these things, then take them off and analyze the data that they're able to find. The NTSB told us last week when they were out here, they're not going to be leaving this scene until they find those black boxes. There's also a body that's still out there that they're looking for as well, but they have assured everyone out here that they will not be leaving until they locate those black boxes. And if we take a look, Greg, a little bit closer, you can tell that this still is a very active investigation that's going on. We saw some new things today when we first got out here. One of those being that large backhoe that you see over there. That wasn't here. We saw them actually bring that out, I'd say, within the last hour or so. They brought that out here, not exactly sure what they're going to be doing with that. We also saw some of the debris that has been drawn out from the crash site. And Greg, if you can pan over that way, let people have a look at what's being taken out of the water. Last week, actually it was on Monday, I guess, is when we actually got to have a look out there on the water of some of the debris in the crash site. It was a really rainy, cold, drizzly day, and we didn't get the greatest look at it. The tide was high, but they're out there on that flatbed trailer. You can kind of get a look at what has been taken out of the water so far and what they're going to be, analyzing out here on land. There's also a couple more things I think we can see over there. Do we see the dive team over there, Greg? You see some of the divers who some of the divers I was talking about earlier. They're the ones who are going down there and trying to dig through the mud and the muck and see what they can find in there. Their primary concern is those black boxes, because up until now we still do not know what caused this. The NTSB says it is still very much a mystery that they're working on right now. Once again, the NTSB is reporting that they have found that cockpit voice recorder. They have found that today. They say they are going to be taking it back to their labs in Washington, D.C. to analyze it, and then they're going to be they're going to be able to formulate some type of idea of what happened behind, you know, everything that they have. Okay, is that the fuselage? Okay, there's another 18-wheeler Greg is telling me that he can see through the lens of his camera. You know, our cameras can really zoom in far. So he's able to see some things that I'm not able to see with my just plain eyes. So what is it, Greg?
Looks like an engine maybe or something.
Okay, Greg is telling us he's seeing an engine, it looks like, over there. Okay, we got the sheriff is actually out here right now coming up. Anyway, this is just part of the wreckage that has been brought up so far onto the shore just now. Greg, if I talk to the sheriff right now, are we going to be able to hear him through my microphone?
Yeah, just keep close.
Okay, great. I'm going to go talk to the sheriff right now. He just walked up. Yes, sir. So the sheriff just walked up. We've got an interview with the sheriff today at 3:15. It's a little bit early, quite a bit early, but he's walking up right now. We're going to talk with him and see what he can tell us about this latest discovery that was made by the NTSB earlier today. Sheriff, just want to tell you real quick, we're on a Facebook Live, so they're picking up my microphone right now. If you want to share anything with us right now, we'll be able to hear you.
Well, the only thing that I can really help you with is that it's been a really successful day so far. We've, at this point, the NTSB, they were able to identify a location and were able to recover the voice recorder.
Okay.
So the first black box.
Okay. So that is a black box.
It is a black box.
Okay. Okay.
Black box that's orange.
Okay.
But,
okay.
It's the black box and it's the cockpit recorder.
Okay.
So they're still looking for the flight data recorder.
Okay.
But we feel like it's probably close by. They tell me they sit together in the same section of the airplane.
Very good. So possibly, quite possibly, by the end of the day today, we could have both black boxes, maybe?
We're hopeful.
Yeah.
We're going to have both of them, and we've been having a lot of success. The Houston Police Department dive team has been absolutely terrific. I don't have enough praise for the dive team, and I have a lot of sincere thanks going to Chief Acevedo. So it's been terrific. They are hard workers, and they've been really good at helping us with a lot of human remains the last 2 days.
Okay.
So I feel like we're getting real close to identifying Captain Blakely.
Okay. So that's what we're hearing too, is that this dive team, because we saw some images coming out from yesterday. Can you kind of describe how they do it? Because we haven't been out there to see it yet. It looks like they're going piece by piece through the mud, right? Isn't that how they do it?
Piece by piece through the mud. I
Yeah.
mean, it's grueling.
Yeah.
And the temperature's warmed up now, but
Right.
this morning it was pretty cold, and last night it was raining and cold. And so hats off to them, because it's tough work. And when you saw that picture, that is exactly what they're doing. Hands and knees. Literally, the water is anywhere from 6 inches to 24 inches deep, and it's in parts it's too deep to be on your hands and knees because you're
Right.
facing. I mean, it is grueling. So they're having to drop down and grab what they can and come back up, and it's every piece they're going through, because we're not just looking for just an entire body. We're looking for anything that looks to be human, so that we can clearly identify.
The remains, yeah.
Whether it's remains of Captain Blakely or from Conrad or Sean, the other pilots that we have identified.
Got it. Can you give us an idea of where this was found, this cockpit voice recorder black box? Was it deep down? Do you have any idea?
So I think the NTSB probably should answer those questions,
Okay.
those technical questions,
Okay.
but I will tell you that it's clearly very much in the center of the crash site.
Okay.
So,
Okay. But was it as everyone had expected? It was difficult to find because it was, in the mud?
correct. In
Yeah.
the mud, murky water, amongst the heavy debris.
Right. Okay. And what are the conditions today? We heard a couple of people come out here and say that the tide was low. You can see a lot of stuff today. Is that how it is?
The tide is headed out right now,
Uh-huh.
so it's making the work a little bit easier for the dive team, but it's not making the work easier for the crew that's picking up the wreckage.
Right.
Because their equipment it's really designed to be floating and not being designed to be on the mud.
Right.
So it's a catch-22 what the tide's going to do.
I hear you. What was that?
Started out, what he
Yeah. Okay. So just we want to talk about it again. Is what they're asking. Okay. So what was found today is one of the black boxes, the cockpit voice recorder.
That is
Correct. Okay.
The engineers. Let's wait till that airboat gets out of here.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
those guys in the orange are the Houston PD dive team.
Those are them.
Yes.
Okay.
We're running them back out to the site.
Okay.
They came in to take a break, and believe me, if we didn't make them take a break, they wouldn't take one.
Just
No,
keep
I'm
going.
telling you, they're brutal. They're hard workers.
Okay. So they were able to locate the cockpit voice recorder, which is also
So
is
the
one of the two
NTSB
black boxes.
with their equipment were able to.
Okay, so they were
right,
able to do
yeah,
it.
The
Okay.
dive team is focusing on the
The
captain.
remains.
Correct.
Yes.
So-
Yes. Right. So that they have located that black box.
We've located the data record. Excuse
Right.
me, the voice recorder. The data recorder has not been located yet. So it's
Okay.
the cockpit voice recorder
Okay.
that should have all the conversation, whether it's the conversation that was amongst the pilots when they were talking, or amongst the control tower and the traffic controllers that were guiding them in and discussing the weather issues.
Gotcha. Okay. So from what we understand, the two are in the plane. They're located within close proximity to each other. Hopefully that's the case out here, but we don't know for sure, right?
Well, we feel quite sure that when you find one, you'll probably find the other, and we find that with just about most everything in this crash site because of the trajectory and the speed at which they went in. It's probably going to be in a very similar area.
Okay.
Just maybe a little deeper, maybe a little shallower, but they'll probably. I'll be surprised if we don't find it in the next 24 hours.
Gotcha.
Yes, it is. It has been actually recovered. By now, it's probably pretty close to be loading on an airplane going to Washington, D.C.
Sure.
They were making arrangements to get a helicopter over here. So
Sure. So after those are both located and gone, the NTSB leaves. I mean, what's the procedure from here out?
you'd have to ask them.
Don't know.
I'm
We
not
don't know.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's what my understanding.
Uh-huh.
The NTSB will be here till they are convinced on what caused the plane to go down.
Gotcha.
So if they don't determine and learn all that with these two black boxes, then I feel quite sure they'll still be here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the airline has a 35,000 square foot warehouse that all of this is being moved into to try and identify all the pieces.
So all that stuff that we see over there, like on that flatbed trailer,
Correct.
all that's going to be going to this warehouse?
It's all going to the warehouse.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. And that's everything that they find out there in the water?
That is, well, yes, everything that's being recovered.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and we're trying to recover everything.
Okay.
So,
Sounds like things are getting a little bit loud. We're going to check back in with you in just a bit. Thanks,
Okay.
Sheriff
All right.
Brian Hawthorne. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Okay. All right, we're going to talk to the sheriff in just a bit again. But just to reiterate one more time, the reason that we're doing this Facebook Live is because the NTSB has said that it has located the cockpit voice recorder. That is one of the two black boxes. They are hopeful that they will be able to recover that second black box within the next 24 hours, maybe even while we're still here. We'll check back in with you in just a bit.